morning. It is the FitLo Fitness Chat.
Yeah.
You're about to get the lowdown. The lowdown on Big Booty Yoga.
Big Booty Yoga, that's what it is.
This is Kady Lafferty.
Hey guys,
founder,
how's it going?
The creator, the mastermind.
One of those. I'm not sure which one.
We were just discussing, we gotta confirm what that one is
Right.
supposed to be. Of Big Booty Yoga. Have you heard of Big Booty Yoga before? We have one person on.
Oh.
But, well, if you haven't or you have, we're about to get the nitty-gritty down on it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're getting the nitty-gritty.
Or the lowdown,
yeah,
as I like
that
to say.
too.
So my name is Trisha Olson. Hi, Monica. I'm the founder, and Monica does both FitLo and Monica, so it's like she gets to talk to me like I'm me. So
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amy, hi,
I've
Kady.
never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing, you guys. I'm just reading.
Yeah, you
Hi,
get to
Kathy.
read. I like to read and try to, even if it interrupts a thought, I'll
That's great.
Answer questions.
My
But
own brain interrupts my thoughts usually, so that's
totally welcome here.
Yeah.
So my name is Trisha Olson. I am the founder of FitLo Denver, fitlodenver.com. It's the lowdown on where to get fit in Denver. Trying to get my own page. Nice. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. And so before we get into it, our sponsor is Bold Betties, which they rock. They take the intimidation out of adventure. They take women out on fun excursions.
So awesome.
Especially women who wouldn't normally do it on their own. And their hashtag is Discover Your Bold. And I love it. All about bold today. You're bold.
Bold.
I would define you as a bold person.
Okay,
and today is
that.
International Women's Day.
Yes.
Which the hash for this year is Be Bold for Change.
Yes.
And that's a global hashtag.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled that on International Women's Day we're hanging out.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
I
stoked.
think you are definitely what International Women's Day stands for in terms of gender equality, equality for all, and no boundaries, and go
Boundaries
for it.
have always been a problem for me.
I don't know, is that a problem? I personally love it. When I did go to Big Booty Yoga a couple weeks ago with Drake, it was the Drizzy.
Be bold.
Yes, Be Bold for Change. Drizzy down.
Yeah, downward facing drizzy.
Yeah, downward. I always
Yeah.
mess it up. And you knew, I don't know if this is going to be cool or not, but Drake, I've always been kind of like, yeah, whatever, Drake, whatever, he's all right. But then after that class, I like listening to the Drake station.
Oh, yeah. It's really one of those things that you start to have a problem with after a while.
Now I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
But that class was hilarious. I loved it. It was at Walnut Room.
Yeah.
Every Sunday you do Big Booty Yoga.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's always a different theme.
Yeah, we have different music themes. So the Walnut Room by nature is it's a music venue, and I started teaching classes there. And we decided to start doing themes. Like, it was random. There's actually a few of the ladies. We're at the River right now, which is another studio that I teach at. And a few of the ladies from the Walnut Room are here right now, but I was chatting with them. We chat every Sunday, and we're like, we should do themes. Yeah, like music themes. Then we naturally started talking about how much we all love Beyonce. And then that's where the Namas Bay idea came up with, and then from
you're
there.
You're gonna repeat of that.
Yeah,
one,
we already. We already did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Backed by popular demand.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so we've just done a bunch of fun themed classes with like music, and I come up with the most ridiculous names.
They're very clever. They're really fun. Only on Sunday. Well, yeah, it's just once a week on Sundays. It's a special event. But then you also teach regularly at the River.
Yep, I teach regularly at the River. I'm also the assistant manager there, and it's actually where I did yoga for the first time in my life, and it's my little home away from home.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. Yeah.
So I absolutely want to ask you about that. Before I do that, let's share this.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm like, I don't know how this works.
Yeah. So
Somebody help.
Katie and I were talking about it, and you haven't really done much of your own live videos.
No.
You've probably watched others.
I have.
So hopefully, there it is.
Okay, I'm doing it.
So now you can share it, and then share
now to friends.
Yep. And then hopefully.
Oh, it's happening right now. I can see myself talking.
There's a little bit of a delay, but yeah.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
That fun. And then it popped up. Katie shared.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah. Oh, Amy says she loves the river.
Yes, great.
Somehow I always come back to the river. Like, this is it. It just draws you in.
It does. It's a wonderful place. I was really lucky. So lucky that the first yoga class I ever went to was here, and I had a friend that was like, "You have to go to yoga. You have to go to yoga." And I was like, "No, yoga's dumb. No."
Hi, Claire.
Hey, Claire Bear. That's my best friend.
Awesome. So that's what I want to talk about. Is you originally, because I was stalking your social, and I was reading all about your bio,
Yeah.
and you're just like, a couple of years ago, if someone would have said, oh, you're going to be an assistant manager and a yoga teacher, like starting your own yoga like group, you'd be like, what?
I'd be like, you might be high.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Can I say that?
Oh, well, yeah. It's Denver.
Okay. Well.
Yes, you can. So you did, your friend was just like, you got to do this.
Yeah, so it was a really strange time in my life. I was transitioning from, I used to work in social work for a long time, and I had gotten what they call overworked. I'm just kidding. No, I got to the point where, burnt out, if you will. And I moved back to Denver. I wanted to be closer to my family. I'm from Denver. And I moved back, and my friend was like, you need to come to yoga with me. You need to come to yoga. And I was like, no. Yoga's dumb. First of all, I had hashtag yoga's dumb. Not, it was before yoga every damn day hashtag, and it was just yoga's dumb.
Yeah.
As my personal opinion for a little while. And so I had a friend that finally convinced me to come to yoga, and it was like to the point where she had asked me so many times. Her name is Vicky Strube. Vicky Strube, if you're out there.
We're talking about you.
I love you more than anything in life, and I miss you.
Aww.
And come back to Denver. And she finally was like, look, I have a buddy pass to the river. It's where she went. And she's like, if you come, I was like, I will go with you if you stop asking me. Like, if you will stop asking me. And she was like, fine. And like, she knew. She had this little twinkle in her eye, like, I'm gonna get you, girl. Yeah. And so we came here. And then I ended up going to my very first class. Yeah. And by the nature, like, sometimes the universe just, like, does things, like, plops things in your lap. And the first class I went to, the Dharma, or, like, the theme of the class was transitions. And they were talking about transitions in their practice and transitions in life and, like, taking that with grace. And it was Kyle Weger's class. Shout out Kyle Weger. Wonderful guy. And it was a heated yoga class, and I was like sweating my brains out. And for the first hour in my life that I could remember, in the longest time, my brain wasn't like racing on overdrive. And I was like in the moment, because I was like, first of all, they're like chaturanga, prasarita, supta baddha konasana, and you're like, I'm gonna hold the phone. First of all, I know this isn't English, or maybe it is, and I'm just really hot and sweating my brains out. But so it was like for the first hour of my life, I had to be like, okay, I'm putting my right foot here. I'm doing this here. And like I came out and I was like, this shit is magic. Like that. Yeah. I probably can't say that.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
God. And so, so I got the new student special here and started coming every single day. And it was hard for me, like taking the first step into a class was really hard for me, just because I didn't think that I had like what I assumed. I mean, they were all stereotypes, like what a yogi is and what a person who does yoga is, and I thought that you were like 22, size 2, and like fit AF, and like your life was perfect and life was great, and I was like a mess. I was going through a super hard transition. I was not a size 2. Nor will I ever be.
Proud of it.
Proud of it. Yes. I got a big booty. This booty don't lie. And so, I don't know. And so it was just like, sometimes I think that things happen for a reason. Like, and I always feel like people used to always say that, and I was like, whatever. Yeah. And they just did. I like stepped into the right place at the right time and had a friend who like wouldn't lay off my back about going to yoga.
Yeah. Yes.
And,
and then you never turned back.
Never turned back.
Going, and then you're like, I want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Did you do
it wasn't. I did my teacher training here, and it wasn't even like that either. I'm like one of those people that's always sort of like, I'm gonna feel it out a lot before I'm sure. And we went through 3 teacher trainings here. There had been 3 teacher trainings here at the river, the 200-hour, and I had thought about doing each one. But for me, it was always like, I want to deepen my practice, and I want to do this, and then finally. Someone convinced me to do it, basically, essentially, and I was like, well, I don't have the money, I don't have the time,
no one ever has the money,
and I'm just gonna create both those things. Like, I'm gonna somehow create money and time, and then I got into the business of printing fake money. No, and then I just did the teacher training. And even when I was in teacher training, I was like, I'm not going to teach. I just want to deepen my practice. I want to learn more about alignment. And I was really into like the history of yoga and kind of the more spiritual side and stuff like that. It just like had done so much for me that I wanted to learn more about it.
Yeah.
And so then I finished teacher training, and I kept getting these opportunities to teach. I kept having people be like, "Oh, I have this friend, you know, like blah blah blah." It was one of those things too, where it was like I think I was being kicked in a direction that I wasn't really sure I was heading into. Other people were sure I was heading in that direction, but I wasn't. So yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go with that stuff.
Sometimes
I also like, it's kind of one of those things like, if the door doesn't open, it's not your door kind of thing. But if the door keeps opening, like,
maybe step through
you
it.
should go through it.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, the room is dark,
or
I don't
at
know
least
what's
peek in, maybe.
Yes.
Like a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And we're so lucky that you did.
Yeah.
Look at all the love you've got. You've got all the love.
Oh, hey guys.
Aww.
I love you guys. Oh, there's my mom. Mom says preach. Yes, Barb. It's Barb's birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Barb.
birthday.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, we made some oil blends earlier today. Did some stuff.
Yeah, because you are into the doTERRA as well,
I
right?
love oils.
Yeah.
I have an
So
oil
good.
problem.
Yeah.
Like, of all the problems to have, I think an oil one is probably.
It's not bad.
Hey.
Or bust that. Yeah, or bust,
Or bust that door down.
Yeah.
Yes. You some bad bee. I love you guys.
And then so you became a yoga teacher, obviously, doing this regularly,
Mm-hmm.
and became an assistant manager, which
Yeah.
now you're just like
Just
blowing
really
up in your yoga world.
It was like so I started teaching some like random stuff. Like I taught this like random rooftop class. This girl.
Everybody has to do that. At
Right.
some point.
It was really cool. It was in what's that place? Colorado Springs. I don't know. I couldn't think of that. It was on a rooftop, and you could like see the mountains. Caitlin Little, this gal that I went to college with, worked at a tech firm, and that's when I really started teaching. And
The phone's ringing.
you want to hand me that
OMG.
phone? I can silence it from in
Okay.
here. Just really busy here at the river. Don't worry, I put it to the other phone. We don't just hang up on people at the river. So I started teaching, and then I was working like my 9 to 5. I had a job that I liked, but I was just like not fulfilled and wasn't passionate about it, and worked with some really great gals that I'm still friends with now, and there was an opportunity for me to kind of like take the leap fully into the yoga world, and this wasn't a door that was open to me. This was like me like literally like taking a step off of an edge and like
Yeah.
maybe it'll happen,
But
maybe
that's
it won't.
good. I mean, this is what I love too. Like, I can just tell from what I know of you so far, like, which is not that much.
Yeah.
Really, honestly.
I feel like we're friends.
I feel like we're friends.
Okay, great.
I took your class and I was just like, this girl, like, she's awesome, and you just go for it. And
Thank you.
I'm just, again, plugging your big booty yoga class. And I have to take a class at the river. I haven't done that.
Yeah.
But the big booty yoga class, I love
how
it was uncensored.
Yeah,
because that's my style.
Uncensored is definitely who I am as a person.
So if you don't like uncensored yoga, don't go to Sunday.
Yeah,
Or you can
don't
go to
to
your
Sunday.
river class.
There might be some F-bombs.
Yes.
Definitely some jokes about butt shaking.
Some booty jokes.
shaking. There we go. Okay, that works. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you know it was time to do big booty yoga? And how long has it been around, actually?
That's
two questions.
Two
in one.
good questions. Well, to be completely honest, my best friend and I drank a bottle of wine one night.
Yep.
And she was like, no
judgment here.
And it was when I had started to become a yoga teacher, and she's in marketing. Claire, she's still there somewhere. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just I like uncensored yoga. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And she was like, you need to do like a yoga Instagram, because that's like what people do. That's how they market themselves as teachers. And I was like, okay.
Yes, she created it. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I did. With my best friend Claire, who's on here, who just said, "Oh Lord," and so she was like, "You need to create an Instagram," and she was like, "We started thinking of names,
And it needs to be clever."
Yeah, it needs to be funny." And she goes, I don't know. I don't think I can say this right. She's like, you're a big gal and you can do yoga. Like, you need to be like, you need to own that and be like. And she's like someone in my life who's taught me a lot about like confidence and strength. And I love you, Claire Doyle. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you just need to freaking own it. Like, just go for it. And I have always, yoga has taught me to love my body and love myself a lot more. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and so we started out with a less appropriate name.
Because the wine.
The wine. And then we woke up the next day and we were like, maybe big booty yoga would be better. And so that's what happened. And then we just started, everywhere we'd go, she'd be like, I'm taking a picture. Do a yoga pose here. Do yoga pose here. Do yoga pose here. And I was like, yes, both.
So she's like your
she's like
your publicist /
totally,
manager.
Right.
Perhaps? What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is big_booty_yoga. That's a good one.
I know. I'm like, we need to make sure we're
Yeah,
getting this stuff out.
yeah. And so it just kind of started from there, and I legitimately don't know when that was. It was within the last year, and then I finally eventually started a Facebook page and started teaching at the Walnut Room, where we did like all the music themed events and all that. Thanks, Reba.
You are great.
I love you. Invoices in the mail.
She's just waiting until you really took off.
Yeah, right. I knew it, Claire Doyle.
Oh, this is my brother.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
He was lost, but now he's on live. Yay!
Oh, Dan, so glad you're not lost anymore.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. That's the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just encourage people, A, to check out your Instagram.
Thanks.
And B, check out your Facebook fan page to see your events, which we
Right.
also have.
I've never called it a fan page.
Oh,
Wow.
Big deal.
Okay.
And I've got, they're also on the FitLo Denver calendar.
Yeah.
Promo fitlodenver.com. Go to the calendar. We got awesome events like this on there.
Come teach in GJ. Ali Padilla. I do want to. That's a true statement. I told you.
And guess what? You had an interview with 303 Magazine.
Yeah, I did. I had an interview with 303 Magazine, which was really cool. A wonderful gal by the name of Jo Nina is a writer for 303, and she ended up coming into one of my classes. I think that she found it through Facebook or something. Hey, gal pal. I think that I found it, or she found it there, and then she just did an interview, and so it's going to be coming out soon. All I know is that her deadline was like the 13th or 14th.
Okay, so real soon.
Yeah.
I think we turn them pretty quick.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I think it's mainly an online feature. But
another reason to follow your social channels, because when it comes out, you'll be blasting it out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. It's going to be interesting to hear how someone else tells the story of what your story is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I want to know, you've done so many bold things that I feel that are bold.
Okay, great.
And on behalf of Bold Betties, our lovely sponsors,
Yeah.
they inspire me to be bold.
Yeah.
Arzu, if you're out there, I don't think you're on right now, but you've inspired me. What is your next bold one? Because usually I ask, what have you done that's bold? But I think everything we've talked about is pretty bold. If you have something that's even more bold that we talked about from your past.
Right.
If not, that's okay, because you did some pretty
Whoa.
bold stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I don't even know if it was bold.
It was. So what would be your next? Do you have something on the horizon that's kind of tickling your brain, just like before? It's like, I guess I have to go to yoga. Maybe I should do yoga teacher. What are those things that's kind of tickling your brain that you don't mind sharing with?
Totally. I feel like the next thing that I guess I kind of see is one of the things that like really got me into yoga to begin with, but also yoga at the Walnut Room. I think that it's a really safe space for people. I mean, I know that it took a friend that I know so well to convince me to go to yoga, who was literally like dragging me there. And the idea, I think, of walking into a studio can be kind of intimidating at times. I was lucky enough that I walked into the river, which is like the most wonderful, amazing, beautiful community.
So welcoming.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah.
But I have people every single week in my Walnut Room class, like anywhere from 1 to sometimes 5 people that it's their first time ever doing yoga.
Yeah.
And I think that my goal on the horizon is to create a space, and that doesn't necessarily mean like a studio or anything, but just to create something that's more geared towards like yoga for which is something has been popular now, yoga for every body, if you will. And I think just because, I think the reason that the Walnut Room is such a good venue for that is because it's yoga in a bar. Literally nothing ever could be less serious than that. Like you get a beer and mimosa after, life is good.
Maybe pizza.
Right, and it's like such a non-judgment zone. Like I'm dropping F-bombs every once in a while, and people don't take themselves too seriously. And that's like, the more that happens and the more that I'm there, the more that I love doing that. And I love when someone comes up to me and I don't even know that it's their first class. Oh, so many hearts.
Yeah.
I don't even know that it's their first class, and they get done, and it just like, I remember my first class, and I remember how, like, for me, how life-changing it was. And so, like, just to be able to create that kind of space. And I don't know, like, what that looks like, and, so far it's continuing what I'm doing, with the Walnut Room and with the river, because those two communities have been just, like, So awesome to me. I've been really,
what's the next level?
Lucky. The next level, I don't know. We will see. Time will tell.
Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So this Sunday it's Britney Bridge.
Yeah, it's
Britney
so
Bridge.
it's a play on words. It's Britney Bridge.
Yes.
We're gonna play with bridge pose variations, and also just do some yoga. I mostly teach power vinyasa, so.
And it's a very all levels accessible.
Totally all levels.
And even though she does make a lot of jokes and have a lot of fun, there is still that element of yes, I'm doing yoga.
Right,
so,
and
you
alignment.
know what you're doing.
I'm big about alignment, just because. Long story short, I got in a car accident 2.5 years ago. Had a really bad back injury, and I was told by a physical therapist that had I not been doing yoga before and after, I probably would have been almost immobile. So I also owe a lot to yoga.
I had a health incident as well that I recovered without needing therapy because of yoga.
Yeah.
So
right. And sometimes you go to the doctor, they're like, "Here's pain pills and muscle relaxants." And I'm like, I don't really want that.
Yeah. So do more yoga.
Yeah, do all the yoga. But yeah.
My favorite teacher ever.
Oh yeah.
So sweet. So much
hey,
love.
Carly. Wonderful gals.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess that's what's on the horizon. I don't know. Just trying to make yoga a thing that everyone thinks is
it's for everybody.
For them, you know? I was teaching a class last night. Do we have time? Can I keep talking? I was teaching a class last night, and I was trying to get people to roll on their back, length of their spine, knees into their chest, and I was like, you seriously can from there. If you get enough momentum, plant your hands and kick your feet back, and you'll end up in a plank. And everyone was in the room, they were literally looking at me are you crazy? I can't do that. And I was just I remember one of the first classes I came to here. We were going into a tripod headstand. It was 2 weeks after I started practicing yoga. And someone was a teacher who's now the manager. She's my boss now. I love her with all my heart. Kady Lafferty. She's a queen.
Yeah.
I
love her classes too. Her classes are great.
Her classes are great. I was everyone else was trying to get into tripod headstand, and I was I can't. And I said over and over again that I couldn't. And she got down really low on my mat and she looked at me and she says, "Yes, you effing can."
Yeah.
The uncensored version though. And I was who is this woman? Yeah, she's yes you can. And then I did. And there's not very many things in your life that I feel you prove yourself wrong and you prove yourself to be stronger than you think you are. And I was in a class and I was teaching the other night, and I just remember I looked at everyone and I was like, you can, just start rocking and rolling as hard as you can on your mat and you will get there. And and finally I was like, look, you guys, you can do it. I'm a big bitch, and I was able to do it. Everyone was laughing, but also kind of awkward, on their mat. I was like, maybe not the venue. I don't know. But
did I go too far?
Yeah, did I go? I always go too far.
I often ask myself that question.
But just to I don't know, to know that you're more capable, more powerful of things than you know that you are. You know, that's what yoga did for me, and taught me to notice. I mean, I don't know. I'm just getting on my crazy yoga talk now, but the reason, the ultimate reason that it changed my life altogether. You're hilarious, Dan.
That's my bro. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. The ultimate reason that yoga changed my life, biggest reason, what it comes down to is that it taught me to notice the way that I was thinking in my head and noticing how detrimental those thoughts were to myself. The stuff that I was saying to myself was not stuff I would say to someone I hated, let alone someone I loved. Yeah. And when I was oh my God, I'm awful to myself in my head. And it took practicing on my mat and someone saying to me over and over again, notice where your thoughts are going, pay attention to what's happening while you're sweating like crazy and in a really difficult pose. And more times than not, it was detrimental instead of beneficial. And so that's what really started to change me as a person. Hey, Chet. Chet loves yoga. This is his yoga studio.
Oh yeah, nice. Hi, Chet.
Hey, Chet.
What can we do for your shout out?
Yeah, I think that was
What's Chet's story?
Chet's literally has been to one class, and it was my teacher training class.
Come to our classes, Chet.
I just shouted you out and then called you out.
Come to Britney Bridge.
Yeah, come this Sunday. See you then, Chet. Yeah. You got a way bigger shout out than you were probably anticipating.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love yoga. Everyone connects for different reasons,
totally.
Because everyone's different, but everyone you can find that great connection, and what you do on the mat, you take out off the mat, and it sounds cheesy to some people at first, but it's real. God. And to me, that's yoga is so much more than the the movements.
Yeah.
And it's
Totally.
I mean, it can help you get stronger. It can, I guess, be a form of exercise, but I don't consider it like an exercise.
Yeah.
It's for my head.
For me, it's
than
like
anything else.
mind, body, spiritual.
Yeah.
That's what it does for me.
Sure.
But I know what you were saying. It made me giggle because I remember when I was like, had very first started yoga, and someone was like, "What you start to do on your mat, like shows up off of your mat."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Whatever.
I literally was like, "Just shut up and get me out of chair pose or whatever, whatever was
Yeah.
happening." And then like that, it's like it does start happening, and you're like, these hippies, they're on to something. I don't know what it is. There's something magical here. But yeah, I mean, it really is. Like when you start practicing the way that you use your brain and the way that you think and the way that you think, especially in situations where you're like having a really hard time, like a difficult pose, like it starts to change how your brain works. Like on the day to day, you start to notice when you're being a jerk to yourself, in your head and all that. But
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Friends, peace. Yoga is so powerful. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Agreed, Amy.
Thanks for engaging and
Yeah.
joining. Amazing.
Oh, I love you, Alicia. I miss you.
So come visit Kady at the river.
Yeah, at the river.
On Sundays at the Walnut Room.
Absolutely.
And
I'd love to have you in class.
yeah.
And probably hug you. I hug everyone.
Yeah. Give some hugs.
Yeah.
I always ask first, like, are you a hug person, a high five person, or a jazz hands person?
Yeah. So, I always like go for the hug, then I'm like,
Okay.
feel when someone's physically like, no.
All right. Well,
Great,
have a
Monica.
good night,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.